Hi, my name is Jennifer Hancock. I am the founder of Humanist Learning Systems, author of several books about humanism. And today I want to talk about how not to lose sight of your values when making your goals. I do a lot of training on strategic planning and reality-based decision making as an effective management technique as part of my humanistic management training series. And well, a little bit of irrational optimism never hurts anybody. A lot of irrational optimism can. And so you have to be able to temper your values and your ideals with what is realistic when making your goals. But you also don't want to get so bogged down in the goal setting that you lose sight of the values that led you to want to make the goals in the first place. So the way I break this down, the way I kind of talk to people about how to integrate your values into your decision making so that you don't lose sight of your values is I encourage people to make three sets of goals. You have your primary goals, which is what do you value in life? Your secondary goals are how are you going to put your values into action? What are you going to spend your time as a human on earth doing with the limited amount of time you have here? And then you have your tertiary goals, which is how are you going to accomplish your secondary goals? So let me give you an example from me, right? My goal is to live life fully, love other people, and leave the world a better place, all right? Those are my goals as a humanist. So my secondary goals, well, how am I going to put that into action? How am I going to actually spend my time? Well, my secondary goals have to do with my company, Humanist Learning Systems, right? I am going to try to make the world a better place by, having this company where I teach people how to use science to stop bullying, where I teach humanistic business management, and I try to help people end suffering through education, right? My tertiary goals are how exactly am I going to accomplish that? Well, that's one of those tertiary goals is the company Humanist Learning Systems, right? So I've got this primary goal, leave the world a better place while living life fully. My secondary goal is to do that by teaching people how to stop harassment and bullying using science. My tertiary goal is I'm going to accomplish my secondary goal by creating a company called Humanist Learning Systems. So I don't suffer from motivation problems, as you can probably guess by watching this. I just don't suffer from motivation problems because my goals are tied to my values, and I value my values. So when the going gets tough, I go back and I think, why am I doing this? Well, I know exactly why I'm doing this. I know exactly the sort of impact I want to have on the world by doing this because I've thought about these things explicitly. And when you do this exercise, you think, what is it I truly value? You'll come up with something like this, and then it's very easy to, when a lot of times, here's the problem people get into, right? When they're looking at goal setting, they're actually focusing on their tertiary goals. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. But unless those tertiary goals are in service to your values, then what is the point of them? Like, why? You don't have an answer to the important question, why are you making these tertiary goals? Why are you making strategies to accomplish tertiary goals? How are you going to get around them? I know the answer why. And that's the value of making these, having this explicit kind of attempt at value setting. I never tell people, like, if someone tells me, well, I'm trying to do this, my first question is why? What is it you value? What do you hope to accomplish by doing that? All right, and those are your secondary and your primary goals. Once you have those in place, it's a lot easier to focus on your tertiary goals. The other thing that this does for you is if it turns out that something's wrong, something's not working with your tertiary goal, like you're not accomplishing it or something's getting in the way of it, it's a lot easier to let go of your tertiary goal than it is to let go of a primary goal. So if my tertiary goal is not serving and not being effective at accomplishing my secondary goal, I'm going to get rid of it and go and do something else. All right, so it's a lot easier to do that because I'm not sinking my cost and my time and energy and money into my tertiary goals just arbitrarily. I'm doing them in service of my secondary goal. And I don't have to let go of my secondary goal. I just need to sometimes let go of my tertiary goals. And that makes goal setting a lot easier because I'm not losing sight of the values that are driving those goals. If you want to learn more, go to my website, humanistlearning.com. The course I would recommend you take if this is something you're struggling with is called Planning for Personal Success. The course is available online at my website where you get access to me to ask questions. It's also available as an Amazon Prime streaming video. It's included with your Prime membership if you have one. It's also available as a DVD. All right. And that course is about an hour and a half long. And I go into details about the primary, secondary, and tertiary goals, but I also talk about how to make better decisions using critical thinking and reality-based decision making so that your tertiary, your actual plans have a better chance of success to begin with. All right. See you online.